This is Ebony Man 2K, aka that Jolly Rancher, aka Pretty Ricky, what they call me, aka the King of Receipts. Okay, before we begin, let me first send a shout out to the Viper Pit gang over at STL's, Bomb Cherry, Warren, and Denini. Also, shout out to Sofa Times with Kales and my fellow chat members at TMR Talks. And welcome to my supporters at Get Into It with Goddess and Tracy with the T. I would like to thank you for sharing your time with me today. Shout out to all my chat room members and listeners who may be listening in your car, in the kitchen cooking, working out, or just listening while you work. Your time is greatly appreciated. Make sure you hit thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and set it to all. Again, I thank you and I hope you enjoy this presentation. This is Everyday Man 2K. It's official, y'all. It's official. Soncerae is losing her mind. She's losing her mind, y'all. I expect a complete total meltdown somewhere after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas, as reality starts to hit her that she ain't accomplished one meaningful thing in the year 2020. In year 2019, around the same time, she was talking mad junk about all the goals she has for this year, 2020. She ain't accomplished now one of them. She ain't accomplished now one of them. She was supposed to lose weight, but she gained weight. She was supposed to leave her YouTube empire to Domo. Domo ain't nowhere to be found. And her YouTube career is over because of her fake dirt nap debacle. Soncerae is basically an overweight walking dead person, losing in life. I repeat, Soncerae is basically an overweight walking dead person losing in life. In this audio clip, she is all over the place. She has changed her YouTube channel name for the 5011th time. She out here scamming single mothers on Facebook. She's also scamming YouTube with fake views on her Raising Justice channel. She got 2.5 million views on one video, y'all. She ain't even got sense enough to know to spread the videos over multiple. Spread the views over multiple videos. She put them all on one. YouTube's like, hey man, we see you got 2.5 million views, but you ain't got no watch hours to go with it. You scamming, bro. You scamming. She even claims that her baby Justice is a financial investor with multiple portfolios, y'all. Justice is an investor. Man, this woman is losing her mind, y'all. I expect a mental breakdown from Soncerae in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello. Hi. So, what's up? I hope everybody is having a good day. It's a lot going on in this parking lot. Looking around, I'm seeing people just moving around. It's about to be Thanksgiving. Hold on. My lip gloss is dripping. I gotta try to see how I look. Listen, my hair. Oh my God, don't get me started on my hair. Hey, Trinity. This is the second time you've been first time. I saw you the first time. Thank you for tuning in. Anybody that's in here, make sure you put a thumbs up. But my hair is so big. Like, oh, It's like all over the place. And I still don't feel comfortable with lace fronts yet. I mean, you guys saw me with my first lace front on. Some women ask me, where did you get that lace front? That is such an old lace front. Like, people don't even wear that lace front anymore. You know, everybody's walking around with the melted front and the baby hairs and all that stuff. I don't know how to do that. And going from being like this girl that used to perm and flat iron her hair all the time and maybe add on like a clip on or something, or maybe do a sew in, to turn around and going all natural, right? No perms, no nothing, and just having my hair just straight. It was like a struggle at first. And then I got pregnant with my son, and my hair grew like, oh my God, it grew like weeds. I had hair like all over the place. And now my hair is like just so big. And the problem is I'm a little stressed, right? So I want to leave it alone, and it's kind of like breaking off. So that's what made me put on the lace front the first time. That cute lace front that everybody likes. Like, everybody loves that lace front. Even guys, they're like, "Oh my God, your hair! I love it." I'm like, listen, I thought guys had problems with wigs. So anyway, that's why I'm wearing my situation right here. You know, because I'm like, my hair all over the place underneath. So anyway, thank you for thumbs up the live stream view here. Have you seen how I keep changing the name of my channel? I know. Hey, Kalia, I keep changing the name of my channel, and the reason why is because I'm doing tests. I'm doing tests to see whether it helps me gain subscribers, lose subscribers. I'm trying to see how my YouTube channel works, because as of lately, when I decided to come back from my 5-month hiatus because of all of the stalking and harassing I was experiencing from the Dusties, I decided that I wanted to turn my channel in a whole new direction. And before that, it used to be kind of like for guys. I was giving men relationship advice, and then my son was born, so more women came to the channel. And so I was like, now what do I want to do with 60% women and it's 30% guys? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna send my guys to the OnlyFans, right? So everybody was thinking, oh, she doing BBW porn. She's a nasty hoe. No, that wasn't what was happening. It was just like, I'm seeing the decline of YouTube in general, and a lot of content creators are leaving YouTube and starting to find other places to post their content. So I already got a Roku channel. I've had a Roku channel for like a couple of years now. I haven't really been using it, so it's kind of been dormant, but my stuff is still up there. And I was thinking about putting my content in other places. So if you have any suggestions about where you think I should put it in the comment section below. Even if it's something like Instagram, Facebook, just put it in the comment section below. Let me know where you would love seeing my content at, okay? Now, I decided to change my channel to Real Relationships and Lifestyle Improvements, and that's the second time I decided to change my channel to that name. I wanted to see what was going on. I wanted to see how people would respond to that, okay? Nobody really said anything because I think it was, they seen me change it to that before, okay? So now I've changed it to Beautiful Single Mom Life. I want to see what happens. I want to see if people like, wait, most people might not care. Like, if they've been a subscriber of mine and they just love my content, they don't care what the name of the channel is because they can come find me anyway. So, anyway, single moms, if you are a single mother, you can come to my Facebook channel. It's called, not Facebook channel, some Facebook channel. You can come to my Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/we give you life. And there you can join us. We're in there talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Sometimes I post what they're posting in there on my community tab. But if you checked out my community tab, if you haven't, checked it out. So what made me think of this topic is interesting, because this topic is kind of a debate. Okay, and I'm going to put this live stream on my debate playlist. If you haven't checked out my playlist, check them out. It's like organizing all of this content, because I have a lot of content on here. If you're just entering the live stream, thank you for being here. Make sure you put a thumbs up in it. So the question at hand. Now, first, let me just say, I'm a single mom, right? And there are a lot of different ways women become single mothers. And a lot of people believe that single mothers are created because they are side chicks, right? And that's just weird to me. Hey, Jamie, that's just weird to me. Because most of the single mothers that I've come in contact with, they are divorced. Most of these women did it the right way. First come love, then come marriage. Then come the baby and the baby carriage, and now they're divorced. Even in my single moms group, more divorced single moms than just single moms who just happen to be, like having a casual fling with a guy or being a mistress. And so a lot of times we have a lot of different conversations. And so on Facebook, I also have another group called Real Relationships and Lifestyle Improvements. And so in there, I was talking about how I couldn't understand the logic in men saying, well, I treat my wife better than I treat my side chick. And I was like, in a man's mind, I think that may be logical. And for a woman, if you're hearing a man say that to you, does that really suffice to you? Like, does that actually make you feel like better if you feel like the man that you're dating or in a relationship with, or maybe if you are married, does that make you feel better? Because at the end of the day, to me, there's no logic in that. You're equally being disrespected. Side chicks and wives are on the same level in this man's mind. But what men tend to do is make women in the situation believe that one is being treated better than the other. Because a guy tell his wife, oh, she didn't mean nothing to me. She's just somebody that, I was sleeping with. I didn't really care about her. And then he'll go to his side chick and he'll tell his side chick, I'm sick of being married to her. She treats me bad and the marriage is boring. She don't have sex with me when I want to, stuff like that. And each woman, both getting lied to, both getting disrespected. But a lot of women feel like because their wife or their number one, that means that they gain more. And my thing is, you kind of don't. Because the problem is, and I'm not going to say problem. I'm just saying, I don't even know what to call it. But when you're a girlfriend or a wife, right, you have to deal with the responsibility of the relationship. Meaning the good times, the bad times, dealing with the family, paying the bills, the responsibilities that come with it, paying the bills, worried about their daily, routines and stuff like that. You got to deal with sickness and all types of stuff. Bad habits that this man might have. He might step outside his drawers and leave him in the bathroom. Cooking up dinner, cleaning, washing his clothes, things like that wives and girlfriends do. But usually a side chick don't have to deal with none of that, really. And she usually only sees this guy when he feel like dealing with her. He in a good mood. If it's a secret, he probably traveling, taking her out of town, and they going on vacation often. And so when you start weighing the pros and cons of a wife and a side chick, it's like, oh, maybe this side chick is probably gaining a lot more than the wife is. Now, wives think, well, I got the last name, I got the kids. But what good is you having all of that when you got to deal with the stress and the headache that he continues to bring to the situation by cheating on you? It kind of cancels it out. All of the positive things that come with being a wife, it cancels out when you're being cheated on and lied to. And it's like, what are we doing all this for if you're cheating? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? What's the point? But men bank on women having this mindset that as long as they're a wife, they're in a better position. And to me, I just don't see how a wife wins in a situation like that. Like, if anything, a wife will lose more out of the situation because she's invested more money. She's invested more time. She's invested more energy into the situation. So if the situation was to fall apart, then what is she going to walk away with? Maybe an alimony check, maybe a child support check. But anybody who's been a wife or a mother, at the end of the day, if he is not a financially stable dude, you're technically not really getting too much of anything out of those checks. So let's talk if you don't break up. Let's say you don't break up or you don't get a divorce. and you decide to stay with your dude. You then got to start thinking in your mind, is he only staying with me because I'm the only one that will put up with his shit? You see what I'm saying? Like, women whose husbands cheat on them, right? We see it all the time. We seen Beyonce do it. We seen Cardi B do it. We seen Rashida do it. We seen Tiny do it. You know, these are just celebrity examples because these are people you can relate to. But, you know, people in your regular life, how many girlfriends you got that you seen their husband cheated on them and they stayed because they felt like it would be more beneficial? And there's nothing wrong with fixing your relationship and sticking to the relationship if you feel like you gain more sticking together. But I want to know, what do you literally gain if your husband keeps cheating on you? Like, how many times does a husband get to cheat on a wife before she leaves? Or before it's enough to leave? Because to me, it's like your kids are going to start noticing that neither one of you are happy in the situation. Your kids are not fools. Hey, Randy. What's up, Randy? Clickbait. What's up, clickbait? So at some point, you know, I just want to understand, what do women gain staying with a man that cheated on them? And to me, that's why I've never, like, when I get in a relationship with somebody, and relationships end quick for me if I catch a man cheating. I cannot deal with that. I can deal with anything else in the world. This man could lose a limb and I'll stick with him. I'll be pushing him in the wheelchair in the mall, just pushing him. You know what I mean? I could deal with all types of stuff, but what I can't deal with is the deception that comes when men decide that they want to sleep with other women. Now, my thing is, I'm the last woman that a man will want to cheat on because I'm polyamorous. There's no point in doing it because all I'll be wanting is the truth. Because I can handle the truth. What I can't handle is your lie. That's what I can't handle, because then it's like, after you lied to me that first time, it's like, okay, now everything you say, I have to, like, question. I have to, like, be like, is this dude telling me the truth now? Is this relationship worth anything? What now? But women don't think that logical. What they're thinking is, you know, excuse me, I'm his wife, so that makes me better than the side chick. To me, I feel like wives, when you catch your husband cheating, the last thing you need to be doing is trying to mop the floor with his side chick ass. You need to figure out, what in the world has he been telling her to make her feel comfortable with the situation? Why would either one of you feel comfortable with being in that situation? Like, to me, cheating has to be like the ultimate betrayal because of the lies associated with it. It isn't even the act of, like, sleeping with somebody else. Like, I could probably get over that. I could probably deal with something like that if I'm told, you know, the truth. But to be lied to, you know, and so many women go through this. So to me, the side chick is in such a beneficial place. And I've been a side chick before. I remember when I was a side chick, and a lot of women do not admit that they did this. Unless, listen, let me tell you this one group on Facebook where all of these women are honest as hell. Okay? I ain't never seen women be so honest. The name of the group is called Pussy Trauma. And of course, you can't be in it unless you're a woman. But in the group, it's called Pussy Trauma. And these women come in there, they be like, I slept with this guy's husband. I cheated on my man with this guy. I've been doing blah, blah, blah. I want to have sex with 5 guys. They just in there, just blah, 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 blah. And in one token, it's liberating, right? To see that so many women feel so comfortable. But in the same time, it's like some of them are being deceptive to the men that they're in a relationship or marriage with. And one thing that they don't do in that group is that when women who have been side chicks come in here and start talking about being a side chick, they don't shame her. And that's the best thing about that group. Now, back to what I was saying. I specifically have told the story about me being a Sharita in here. I ain't seen no Sharita. Oh, hey, Sharita. I specifically told the story over and over again about my experiences with being a side chick. Now, I was never my son's father's side chick. I think people mix the two stories, but I was never my son's father's side chick. By the time I started dating my son, father, I would have never in a million years been anybody's side chick. Okay, my son's father and I dated 2017. When I decided to be a side chick, I think it was like, I don't know, 2010, 2009. But I've spoken about this so many times, and I'm so honest about it for a reason. Because I want other women who have done this, and there's a lot of y'all. It is a lot of women who have been side chicks. The problem is a lot of these women refuse to admit it. These women do not want to admit it. You know why? Because it's scary. You get ostracized. I mean, you can look at me and see the stuff that people have done to me, but you got to be in a position to be able to accept who you are and feel comfortable with who you are and what you have done. Men and women are a lot alike, and people think that women are just supposed to be these perfect angelic beings, or they're supposed to depict themselves as such. And meanwhile, men could just walk around and just be trash for us, and we're just supposed to accept it. But whatever we do that might be bad, or something that we're doing while we're, going through something, we have to sweep that under the rug and keep it a secret, so no one will find out, because we'll depreciate in value if anyone finds out we've been a side chick. You know what I mean? But men could just be trash out in the open, you know? And wives just stay with them, girlfriends just stay with them. Oh, it's okay. Blah, blah, blah. Speaking of trash, I just posted up a blog on my Read My Mind blog, and it was about the Dusties. Now, I'm going to tell you Dusties again, and I guess y'all ain't getting it. Now, I changed my name to Beautiful Single Mom Life. So that lets you know it doesn't matter how many dusty ass comments you leave. It doesn't matter how many dusty ass emails you send. I am still going to be comfortable in the fact that I'm a single mother, and I'm still going to put my foot on my son's father's neck as long as he is not doing what he's supposed to do as a father. And there's nothing you dusties can do about that. You cannot sit here and keep telling women of these children who are raising these children by themselves that they should encourage these men to be fathers and be nice and all of this extra shit when they're not doing what they're supposed to do. We as mothers are doing what are we supposed to do, especially if we're dealing with if we're over 30. Let's say we're over 30, 35. Let's go for 35. If we're over 35. We're doing what we're supposed to do. We're taking care of children. We're raising our children alone. Don't nobody got time to be sitting here trying to raise a grown man. He's supposed to be grown. It's men out here telling me, oh, be sympathetic, be compassionate. I didn't have to give this dude directions when he was trying to beat it up. I didn't have to beg him to come over when he was banging me out. So why now I gotta beg him to come pick up his son? You see the law, that's dusty logic. Come on, man. Like, y'all have to think about this type of stuff. So when you contact me and you are encouraging me, stop bashing your baby daddy. Well. What? Who else holding him accountable? If I don't hold my son's father accountable, I can't expect somebody else to. So, Hallie, let's get to Hallie. I see you. Thanks for being here, by the way. Make sure you thumbs up the live stream. Well, the messy side of being a side chick is that most times than not, a side chick is pushed in on the DL unknowingly, right? They're willingly volunteering that position. I think it's really an unfair disadvantage. I do think that that's screwed up. I don't like when men lie about their situation and steal a woman's choice. Because a lot of times when these women come into these situations with these men and lying to them about their relationship status, this woman, and time don't went by. So the side chick, not knowing she a side chick, then started investing feelings, energy, and all types of stuff into this dude. And they done started building a foundation with each other already. And then suddenly the truth come out about who he is and what he's doing. And then it becomes, oh my gosh, should I leave him? Because honestly, it ain't even that he's telling the truth. A lot of times he's still lying. Because he'll say something like, I don't want to be with her. I still want to be with you. I just need time to let that marriage or that relationship slow down with time. A lot of times they'll say that, oh, I promise I'm leaving her or something like that. And when I was a side chick 10 years ago, right? I never wanted my position to be something other than what it was. I came in the situation completely like, oh, this is just going to be a fling. I already know. That's what I wanted to be. It wasn't, oh, I'm going to fall in love with this guy and I'm going to try to take the place of his girlfriend at the time. She was his girlfriend when I met him. And then he ended up marrying her after we'd been dealing with each other for a while. As his friend, I was like, you cheat on this girl already. Do you really think it's a good idea you marry her? Like, I don't think that, like, you already, she supposedly already cheated on you. Y'all was supposed to be in the swingers lifestyle together. Y'all didn't do it. You mad at her about all this stuff. Why are you marrying her? And you sleeping with me? And during that time, I was so, like, not interested in dating anybody because I kept getting cheated on. I was like, I can't, these dudes, because it wasn't the cheating, it was the lying part I couldn't do. I was like, I need a break. You know what I mean? So that's what made me decide to be a mistress. But each woman that decides to be a side chick, they have different reasons for it. And a lot of times it's just, you don't want the responsibility of being in a relationship. It's almost uncomfortable for women because you got to worry about what your man doing all the time. And then you sitting there happy as hell. And then suddenly you find out he been sleeping with your homegirl. He been sleeping with this girl from his job or something crazy like that. And you're like, the fuck? I thought the relationship was fine. It's because he been lying the whole time, right? And so it's just like you're sitting there like uncomfortable as a wife and a girlfriend because you got to give your dude the side out all the time. I'm not about to be the girl that's sitting here wanting to sniff my man penis every time he come home late or going through his phone and stuff all the time. And I don't have time to be putting, checking the mileage on his car, seeing how far he went and all that bullshit. Like, I ain't got time for all that. But women do that all the time. And I'm just like, how are you happy in this situation? Like, how does this work? But yeah, it is screwed up when you end up in a situation with a guy that you didn't even know he had a woman, and then you find out and you got to make a decision whether you want to stop dealing with him or not. That's a hard place to be in because you're falling in love with somebody. Or if you haven't already, fella, oh my God, this is a cute little bunny. Anyway, so, oh my God, it's not even a bunny, it's a chipmunk. I wish I could show it's not even, I was like, look at this brown bunny. It's a chipmunk. Anyway, excuse me, I'm enjoying the nature of California. I'm telling you, it's like Disneyland out here because you see magical creatures all the time that you don't see on the East Coast. I see animals over here that I ain't never seen in person, like a skunk. What is a skunk doing just walking around? Porcupine, turkeys, flamingos, and damn swans and stuff. And I'm like, excuse me, like what is all this? Anyway, so so I'm not encouraging by this. I'm not encouraging women to be side chicks. I'm just saying, if you're a main chick, don't think that you in a better position than the side chick. Y'all on the same level, and these men will make you believe that you're not, but you are. Trust me. So, by the way, hey, Hallie. Okay, let's see. Natabaling Mabai. I don't know how to say your name, but I tried. Is the N silent? Tabaling Mabai? I don't know. It says, I'm confused. So you're comfortable being an accessory to cheating, but when they cheat on you, then it's an issue. No. I'm not saying that at all. No, not even close. Listen, each person is at different stages in life. Okay? So when I decided to be an accessory, that's just the stage in life I was in. I just felt comfortable during that time because I had been in so many relationships and I kept getting cheated on. I said, okay, well, maybe I'm on the wrong side because I'm getting hurt like crazy being a wife and a girlfriend. Like, that is like hurting me so bad. And I'm getting my feelings hurt. I'm crying all the time, arguing all the time, no matter what kind of guy I choose. Because, you have to understand the type of woman I am. I always choose men who have great jobs, decent amount of money they're making. It's rare that I choose a guy that's just some dusty. You know what I'm saying? So at least not from the, like the when it comes to the prerequisites or the basic necessities that a man would need in order to function properly in a decent relationship. So I'm thinking I'm dealing with a guy who's college educated, got a decent job, own his own home, has his own car, seemingly doesn't have a communication issue, but yet we're still having an issue because he's cheating. And a lot of times I think it has something to do with immaturity. When I was dating in my early 20s, I was dealing with a different type of dude. They were immature at the time. And then in my early 30s, I was still dealing with men who were immature. And so I think it's because it also was a reflection of my own immaturity. I think maybe I just was immature in some areas as far as what's required to be inside of a healthy marriage or relationship, I want to say. And so I would get with these guys, or I would choose these wrong men to be with, and then they would end up cheating, and it would be uncomfortable for me. And I'm sitting up here upset, begging them not to cheat, And finally, the straw that broke the camel's back for me. Let me tell you why it was just like, you know what? I'm about to open my mind to all types of different types of relationships. I was in a relationship with somebody, and I had known him for 6 years. We had built a friendship first. I think we had dated one time previously, but it was only like for a short period of time. And then we became friends. I'm the type of person I like to build friendship first before I get in a relationship. And so I was his friend for like 6 years before we started dating. And he and I, once we started dating again and made it official, we decided we were going to get married. And a couple of weeks before our wedding, or before we were decided to have like our small little justice of peace ceremony, and then just hang out with friends and family afterwards, maybe a couple of weeks before that, I found out that this dude was still seeing this girl that he told me he had broken up with a year ago. And he was still seeing her. And I figured this out on his phone. And we got into a physical altercation. And he smashed my head into the driver's side window of my truck. And when this happened, it kind of switched in me. Something switched in me that had me be like, you know what? I can't take this anymore. I think I was like maybe 32 or 33 when this happened. I was like, I cannot take this anymore. I can't take the physical fights. Hey, American Negro, I can't take the arguing. I can't take the cheat. I can't do this no more. I don't even think I want to be in relationships. So then I met right after that. That's when I met the guy that I decided to be, his side chick. And he introduced me to the swingers lifestyle. And this is when I started to notice that there were other ways to have a relationship that was successful. So when I would meet guys, I straight up tell them, listen, I'm poly. You can basically do whatever it is that you want to do. Just tell me. Keep it funky. Most guys was like a deer in headlights and shit, like all the way confused because they was expecting me to be wanting to be like their wife and shit. And I was like, I don't think I'm, you know what I mean? Like, and it was just different. And so when I decided to explore being a side chick is when I realized, I was only dealing with dude when I felt like dealing with him. We go play pool, go drink, have sex, go have a picnic, go sit in a park, talk. That's it. You know what I mean? And I was like, we wasn't really having any arguments about relationships and, where we stand and all that stuff that come with like a regular relationship. We wasn't having it. So it was like we was having more fun than anything else. And when I talk about him, I always talk about that's the best situation I ever had. Like, and it wasn't even long. It was like maybe, I don't know, 6 to 9 months, something like that. But it's the best time I had because all we did was laugh and have sex. I'm telling you, it was the most drama-free, stress-free situation I ever had. And it's the only situation I had like that. After that, I never been somebody's mistress or side chick ever again. It was the first and last time I ever did it. And I don't take it back. I think people think I should feel ashamed. No, I was single. It wasn't like I had a husband too. You know what I mean? I'm cheating on my husband. No, I was single. And according to him and his situation, she had cheated on him and so much was wrong. I was just like, listen, you ain't even got to talk to me about that. Ain't even my business. And we just was chilling, you know what I mean? I was not betraying her. He was. That was his choice to betray her. I didn't know her. So to me, it's still like, it's not one of the best times that I was being the best person in the world. It was mean to do to someone, but I wasn't in a position to give a fuck. You understand? Like, I was in selfish mode. It was, now I have to take care of me because I'm all screwed up, right? And I've been all screwed up from all of the previous situations. So it's just like, I gotta inward right quick. And I get like that sometimes. Like my little 5-month hiatus I took this year, and I didn't care about the rumor that was spread that people was spreading that I committed suicide. Moderators ain't know who I was, where I was. Nobody knew where I was, and I didn't care. I didn't care that rumor was spreading because I needed to go inward and focus on me and not y'all. And sometimes that's how it goes. Like, you got to take care of yourself first sometimes. You can't think about somebody else and their feelings. You got to worry about you because you falling apart. And sometimes you got to be selfish. And that's how it was when I decided to go ahead and be this suicide trip. Doesn't mean I approve, but I'm not going to judge you. With whatever level in life you're in, that's where you are. Whatever you need to do to learn the lessons for you, that's where you stand. That's what you need to do for you. You understand? So why I'm going to sit here and judge you? Now, if it's hurting me directly, like say for instance, if it's like my man or something and he decides to be with another woman, like I said before, I'm smart enough to understand something. I'm not like the prettiest girl in the world. I'm not the smartest girl in the world. I'm not the richest girl in the world. It's always going to be somebody out there who is better than me. And if my man happens to be looking at that woman, that means to him, I ain't it. So he either needs to move on, or if he feels like I am and he just wants to hang out with this woman, he would just have to say that. He has to say that. I'm Polly. You can say that to me. It's that simple. Just say it. Because my biggest thing is trust. I need to be able to trust you. I need to be able to trust you when you tell me you going to 7-Eleven to go get me a Slurpee and you come back 30 minutes later and I'll be like, why it take you so long? And you say you was in traffic, and I can believe that. I can't believe that if you cheated on me. I can't believe that if you've been lying to me. I'ma think you went to go see that chick you told me you ain't, you wasn't feeling like that. So for me, it's just about honesty. I can accept a human being if they can be honest with who they are. Show me who you are so I can be comfortable in who you are and respect who you are. Somebody said something else I didn't see. Let me see. What if you chose to be celibate? I did that too for a little while. And then single because you didn't want it on your conscience of him cheating. Amber, if you're still in here, I'm sorry it took me so long to get to you, but I was like long-winded. What if you choose to be celibate and then single because you didn't want it on your conscience of him cheating? Then you realize while y'all was single, he started talking back to his ex and wants them. So if you choose to be celibate, this is coming from a person who was celibate for a very long time. Because after I got out of the relationship where he physically abused me, then I went into the swingers lifestyle and was the side chick for a little while. I was single and celibate for years in between. Like after that, I think I didn't get in a relationship again until 2017. So in the middle of that, oh my God, I was like single and celibate for like, oh, it had to be like 5 years. Okay, 5 years. You have to be comfortable with the consequences of that choice. That's with every choice. Being celibate, when I would come to men and I would say that, like when I was literally like dating and I'm like, yo, I'm celibate, it would literally stop guys from dating. They'd be like, oh, I'm good. Boop. All right, then. Boop. You know what I mean? It took away a lot of the nonsense that come with dating. It took it right out my energy because it's like, you get to see who genuinely is trying to get to know you. Seriously, when you be like, I don't really have sex like that. I'm just looking for somebody to, love. That eliminates a lot of the foolishness, man. When you go to a man, look, listen, I don't have sex. I'm looking for somebody to love. That will scare a lot of dudes away. Now, Amber, I don't understand. Here's what I don't understand. You're saying you didn't want it on your conscience of him cheating. That's what I don't get about your statement. But either way, you got to deal with the consequences when you decide to be celibate and your partner isn't that, or you're interacting with other people and they're not that. You have to deal with that. It's the same thing with me being poly. I meet men all the time. They so used to thinking that monogamy is the right way. They'll get in a monogamous relationship, cheat on me, right? Cheat. That's what my last relationship. My son's father did that. He wanted to. I asked him, "Do you want to be poly?" He said no, he couldn't handle it. We get in a monogamous relationship, and he cheats on me. And then I end up pregnant, and now he talking about something he want to sleep with other women. No, we done start building a family now. This is a whole nother thing. Like, are you crazy? Like, if we came from if we was at the beginning and we were poly from the beginning, I never would have like considered starting a family. To me, being polyamorous and being um, polygamous is two different things. That's something I'm not ready for. I'm not ready to be in two marriages. I'm not ready for my husband, somebody that I have a child with, sleeping with other women. You get what I'm saying? Like, to me, it felt like that was the time for us to work on each other and the foundation of our situation first before we start going out, like, sleeping with other people. You can't use poly as a way to heal a relationship, just like you can't use pregnancy to try to heal a relationship. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot of women be like, oh, we're going to have a baby and then we're going to get back together. No. Like, I got pregnant while me and my daughter's father, listen, me and my daughter's father was together when I got pregnant with my daughter. We didn't break up till my daughter was like 3 months old. All right. Then me and my son's father, we were together when I got pregnant. We didn't break up until I was like 3 or 4 months pregnant. So it wasn't like me getting pregnant was like creating a better relationship where I was worried and got pregnant on purpose, because a lot of women do that. Just like they try to be poly, like, oh, I want to have threesomes for my husband or boyfriend, and this is going to improve our relationship. No, really, it's not. It's just going to put a magnifying glass on what kind of relationship you have. So if your relationship is already screwed up and you decide to be poly suddenly, guess what? More drama's coming for that ass. You might not want to do that. Okay, wait. It really, hold up. Around, that was 10 years ago, and they were supposed to be swingers. Yeah, little misses. They were supposed to be swingers. I don't know, and we're just talking about the guy that I was having the affair when I decided to be a mistress. I don't know what it was that made her not do that for him. Well, he said that was their agreement. And I guess they were doing it at first and then they stopped. Or something had happened. Either way, I was just like, I don't care what y'all doing. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to enjoy you. And that's all I did was enjoy him. And that's it. All that other stuff that was orbiting around like his situation and what he was doing, that wasn't my business. I was trying to stay out of that. I was just his friend. That's all I could do. I would listen to him talk about his issues with her. But outside of that, I don't think I ever told him anything. Like, I didn't tell him anything about me. I just sat down and I listened to what he had to say. Because I was not in a position to tell him anything about myself. All I wanted to do was have a good time with him. So I wasn't trying to invest anything into him outside of the friendship that we had. And that's the mistake a lot of side chicks make. They go in a situation, right? They fall in love with this dude and they expecting this guy to treat them more than what he was treating them. I was not like that. I was like, we just here. This is what we doing. This is it. I don't need nothing else but this. I don't want nothing else but this. You can't go into a situation as a side chick or a mistress and expect this man to promote you to wifey or something like that. That's dumb. Like, the situation is already a bad one to begin with. If you try to be promoted into something else, you bringing that negativity with you. I don't understand why you, no. Anyway, it may be a generational thing, but marriage is still the ultimate goal in a relationship. Damn, see, hey, make sure you thumbs up. Everybody that's in here, make sure you thumbs up. Hey, Daryl, how you doing? So, listen, marriage is not the ultimate goal for everyone, and that's the problem with y'all. Y'all think everybody on the same level, everybody want the same thing. That's not true. Not everybody wants to be married. Not everybody wants to have children. My daughter never wants to have children. Can you believe that? Never wants to have children. My daughter has been saying that since she was a teenager. Like when she turned like 14 to 15, my daughter already knew she was never going to be a mother. And she know why too. She be like, I'm too selfish. I can't, that's not my thing. She flat out says it. She admits it. I respect that though. I respect her being like, you know what? I don't want to have kids. And if I date somebody, they won't know I don't want to have kids. It's like Jeannie Mai. Jeannie Mai flat out was like, I don't want kids. I'm not going to have no kids. I don't want kids. But she stayed married in this relationship with this guy who wanted kids. He ended up leaving her in the middle of their marriage for a side chick who ended up getting pregnant, and they had a baby like a year after they got married. Right? Y'all know Jeannie Mai from The Real. He wanted kids. They was married for like, what, 10 years, 10 plus years? He wanted kids from the beginning, but married her knowing that she didn't want them, but was thinking she was going to change her mind. She didn't want them. I can respect that. It's the same thing with marriage. Some people don't want to be married. The only reason why I would consider marriage might be the wrong reason, because of the man that I'm with, if he wants to be married. I used to want to be married so bad. Trust me, it used to be at the top of my list. I used to be like, I got to be married. I got to get that last name. I got to get that ring. I'm not even concerned about my wedding like that. I want a wedding, but I want to be married, right? I used to say that all the time. I was so pressed. For like a whole decade, I was like, marriage, 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 marriage. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, I'm getting married. As I got older, I was like, wait a minute. And I started hearing the stories that people was telling me about being married and how people were trying to have these traditional marriages, but they weren't applying like things that are supposed to go with a traditional marriage to a traditional marriage. Most of the people, like we talk about Christians get married all the time. Why do they get married all the time? Because it has something to do with their religion. All right. So their religion puts a lot of rules on their marriage, so it's easier for them to stick together. Right? Because it's so many rules applied to their marriage because they put God first. But most people who end up getting married don't even go to church. Don't even go to church. Go to church on Easter, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And then we wonder why these people don't get married anymore. People get married. I mean, people don't stay married anymore. People get divorced over money, all these types of things that got nothing to do with God. That's what ends up happening, right? Marriage ain't for everybody, man. Marriage ain't everybody. Amber, back to you. He wanted to stay committed but couldn't imagine not having sex. Oh, so I basically said we can be single or it's not on my mind. And now at that time, coincidentally, his ex reached out. Let me tell you something about guys that go back to their ex. Going back to your ex is like putting on a pair of underwear that you were wearing before you took your shower. Let that sit with you. Like every time you take a shower, you take off your underwear, you take off your bra, you take off your boxes and shit, right? Ain't no telling what's in your bra. Ain't no telling what's in your nasty ass drawers. You know what I'm saying? But you get in the shower and right when you step out and you wipe yourself off, you put those same underwear back on. That's what it's like to get back with your ex. And when people do that, they forget there was a reason why y'all broke up. If that reason why y'all broke up is still a problem, and 9 times out of 10 it still is, why would you still want to be in this situation? What would you still want to be in this relationship for? And then another question comes into mind. Were you still wanting to be in that relationship the entire time you was with me? That's what I would be thinking about. Remember my situation. I gotta use my situation as an example for so many stories. My son's father was still in love with his ex-wife. He didn't tell me that though. You know what he was telling me? Both of them. Both of them fucking airhead ass. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to say that fucked up about them, but I am going to say both of them lied. Okay? He was saying he was over her. He had dated other women before I came, but it was casual. And I was the first one he actually was in a real relationship with. Okay? He had dated maybe 4 or 5 other women before I came around. All right. She was dating other people too. She was in a full-blown relationship when I met him. And she was in a full-blown relationship with a dude who had a girlfriend. The wife was a such. Isn't that a you know what I'm saying? She was a side chick to another man. And admitted this. Right? So it's not like I'm just making this up. This is true. This is what she was saying. And he was telling me this too. But what they weren't saying was how they still felt about each other. And that's what caused problems in my relationship with him. Because when it came time for us to really get to the nitty gritty of, oh, we're about to have a baby, that's a whole other thing right there. Forget the fact that he said he wanted to marry me. Forget the fact that we moving in together. Forget the fact all that stuff. We about to have a baby, and them two ain't have a baby. They was together for 15 years and didn't have a baby. She had 3 kids from previous situations, but them two didn't have kids together. That created a whole nother thing. Because now with her, it's like, oh shit, he really digging this girl. And now she pregnant. I wanted to be pregnant by this dude 15 years and we never had kids. And now he done moved on in a happier, better relationship. Let me tell you something. When a man, and women know this, when a man gets with a new woman, he got a new look, a new everything. He got a whole new situation. Smell better, smile prettier, he cleaner, because he got a better woman. So when the ex-girlfriend look at it, she's like, hold on, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Is this the same dude that I had all this time? And suddenly now the exes want to pop out of nowhere and make these little slick little phone calls. Oh, I was just seeing how you are. You know, little shit like that. And next thing you know, people start backpedaling into old habits. Even though the new stuff that they're doing is better for them, they start pedaling back, going backwards because it's familiar, it's comfortable. Doing something new could be scary. It's different. You don't know what's about to happen. It's the future. You can't see it. You can hope that it's going well. It could be presently going well, but you don't know. So you're like, oh shit, do I want to hold on to something I know already, or do I want to try this? And a lot of people go backwards. And that is the worst thing you can do for yourself. Because there's a rule and there's an exception. The rule is you go back to your ex and forget why y'all broke up to begin with. All y'all gonna do is break up again. And that's what ended up happening with my son's father. That's all they did was break up. That's it. You know, it's not like they got back together and they lived happily ever after. No, they still, like, they tried to get back together and then they're divorced. You know, still. So it's not like they was like, oh, we're going to get married again. No, it's no. Okay? But that's the rule. The exception is you go back to your ex and you live happily ever after. That's the exception to the rule. But people want their situations with their ex to be the exception. It wouldn't be called an exception if it was happening for everybody. That's not, no. It's not how it goes at all. And so when you are dealing with somebody and they're still clinging on to their ex, don't even deal with them anymore. I told guys plenty of times, like when I was getting over my son's father, I was like, I ain't ready to be in a relationship because I still think about this nigga. And the reason why it's taking me longer is because, number one, I was genuinely always in. I was in, genuinely, like really in. And then my son was born, so every day I look at my son, I see his father. So I had to deal with that. I was like, my son act just like his father. It's like, how does he act like somebody he ain't never met? It's so weird. It's like, I be like, oh, you act just like your father. And it annoys me. I be like, little boys. So I had to get to a point where what my son was doing and reminded me of his father, he could remind me of his father, and I wouldn't get depressed or I wouldn't get sad or I wouldn't be, you know what I mean? Had to get to that point first before I started dating again. All righty. So, wait, I'm scrolling. Thank you, Azul Celeste. Hey, you said you're very knowledgeable. I love your videos. Thank you. Let me just make it clear. I'm not a relationship expert. I just know a lot. I'm just been through a lot. I have a lot of experience. I just know a lot. From counseling people, from talking to people, from my own personal experiences, from reading up on it. I'm not a relationship expert, and I don't want people going around saying that. I'm a counselor, okay? I can help guide you through stuff, but I'm not a relationship expert, okay? And sometimes I could be wrong about your situation because I don't know you personally, but I can help you with your experience if you ask me. A lot of people email me questions, like if you got a question about a relationship, email me. We can talk about it, or I'll make a video about it. Just hit me up. Okay, let me see. About your daughter, what does she mean she's too selfish? Does that mean that she's not interested in taking care of someone else? Yes. My daughter, let me tell you something about my daughter. I have some amazing conversations with my daughter, and a lot of them are about wealth. And the reason why is because she spent most of her life wealthy. My daughter barely knows anything about poverty. And that's good because for me, listen, I spent part of my childhood wealthy and the other part of it in poverty, right? So I know what it means to be wealthy. I know what it means to be poor, all right? In my adult life, I spent part of my life living in poverty and another part of my life being wealthy, just like I did as a child. I want to make sure neither one of my children deal with that. So if my daughter, she spent majority of her life wealthy. And so until my daughter, number one, meets a man who is financially past anything she has ever experienced, she's not marrying him. Number two, children to her represent a lack of freedom. My daughter loves freedom. She loves spending money on whatever she wants, and she loves freedom. And the reason why she does is because she's always had it. And to be in a position where she doesn't have it is kind of strange. Like it's like unheard of because number one, her father was always wealthy. Number two, we've always taught her financial literacy, always. And when I ended up pregnant with my son and I was like homeless, remember when I was pregnant with my son, I was homeless. The only reason why I was like that was because I couldn't work. Once I started working, that's it. Money back on. But now the thing is, what I had to learn is how to be able to not work and still have a ton of money working for me. And that's the biggest mistake I was making before. It was like, okay, I'm gonna work because I'm selling my time. But now I need to have some residual income or some passive income. So when I'm not working, I'm still making income. That was the difference. And now that I figured that out, I was like, oh shit. You know, like when the pandemic came, wasn't worried. I was like, oh, you know, we're not working. We're shutting down. We're blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'll still have money. I'll be fine. And I remember I used to say to my son's father all the time, I'll always have money. There'll never be a time where I don't have any money. Like, that's weird because I work so much. I didn't factor in it. There's a possibility that I could get sick and not work and then I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think about that. It didn't occur to me that that was even a thing until I got pregnant with my son and I couldn't work. And I had to get online and ask for donations and stuff like that to stay afloat. And I did it, you know. People sent me money. People, you know, cashed at me stuff. People still cash at me stuff for my son. My son, let me tell you something. Both of my kids, they're going to be billionaires. And let me explain why. It's because, number one, I just told y'all how my daughter is. Everything with her is business and money. She good money. She going to be all right. You know what I mean? As long as she's going to be fine. But because of me and her dad just kept pushing it into her. My son is 2 years old. He has shares he's a shareholder, basically, for 45 companies already at the age of 2 because of the money that I got offline. The money that I earn offline from my OnlyFans or donations that people give me and the little bit of child support money that I get weekly, I put into stock. That's all I do is invest the money that I earn online. I'm making multiple sources of income from all of my businesses. But when it comes to like my YouTube check or maybe my cash app or when you guys like put money in the super chat and stuff like that, I use that money to buy my son's stock. So when I used to hear people say, "Oh, Soncerae is scamming people for money and stuff like that," I've never been the type of person to do that. But I realized that when you got people who get on this platform and they don't monetize what they're doing on here, they think you crazy when you monetize what you're doing on here. Like a woman got mad at me. Let me tell you, a woman got mad at me because I charge for people to advertise in my groups on Facebook. Because the reason why I do that, let me tell you why I do that before I get off, because I'm about to get off in a second. The reason why I do that is because there's so many single mothers inside of my group who are having financial strain. And so it's so many business owners, female business owners inside of my Black Single Moms group. When they come in there wanting to promote their business to all of those mothers in there, I say, listen, I'll charge you XYZ to advertise on my wall. And you can post it up there as much as you want if you pay for it monthly. And I use that money to put into a fund for single mothers. So when one of them hit me up and say, hey, I need financial assistance because I need food, I need rent, I need blah, 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 I got money to give them. Because before I started doing that, right, before I started moderating my channel in that, my Facebook group in that way, it was mothers posting their Cash App in there and their GoFundMe links. Because they really needed money. And mothers were in there tossing money amongst each other. And I told them, I said, I don't want y'all to do that. And the reason why I don't want y'all to do that is because you don't know who you're dealing with. These people could be scamming you. So there has to be a process of how we do this. So there could be a paper trail or a way we can find out who's sending money to who. So anybody who's coming in here to scam can get caught. Now that I've done it that way, kind of helps the mothers. Okay. That's it for today, y'all. Stop time is just best to stop dating. Stop time is just best to stop. What? Now I'm happy. Oh, you was Thomas. You're saying it was just, listen. With my hair all over the place. Listen. If you know you're not ready to date, do that. Don't date. It's better to do that than be in a relationship with somebody and cheat on them. That is some hurtful. That is like the worst thing that you can do for somebody who genuinely loves you. Be yourself in these relationships. If yourself is not ready to date, say that. If yourself wants more than one relationship, say that. Stop cheating on people. Stop having side chicks and main chicks. Stop having side dudes and main dudes unless they want that too. You understand? You can't keep tricking people because it's making it harder for everybody else. You're harming everybody else when you do that. And cheating is nothing but you being selfish. I just said it. I decided to be a side chick and a mistress because I was selfish. I didn't want to be in a relationship with anybody. That had something to do with me. And that's how I can come to you and say, don't do that. Because it's like ruining for you later. Not just you, but everybody else. You know what I mean? Like anybody else who decides to get in a faithful relationship with somebody, you get hurt. You know? People say, well, you was a mistress, so you got karma, right? And I keep telling people, before I decided to be a mistress or a side chick, I was getting cheated on. Where was that karma? Why did I experience that karma? Where did that come from? If I was a good person before I decided to be a mistress and a side chick, why was I cheated on before that? I was being a good, girlfriend and shit. I wasn't lying, cheating on nobody. Still ended up going through that stuff. So when you get cheated on, it isn't always the karma of something negative you've done. Sometimes it just happens to good people. Sometimes you're just a good person, minding your business, doing what you're supposed to do, and you get cheated on. And then sometimes you cheated on for a reason. Like they like, well, you wouldn't bust my back pimples, but my side chick would. So there you have it. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. You know, it just depends. And being in love, getting with anybody is a risk. You're taking a risk every single time. And you have to be ready for that. You have to be ready for that. And if you're not ready to take that risk, you got to tell people that. That's the one thing you owe people that you interacting with is you owe them you being you. Be yourself. Stop trying to be somebody else that you think they want. Be yourself. And trust me, when you don't want to miss out on somebody, like, let me give you an example before I go back. That was nasty, man. Busting your back pimples, that is nasty. Anyway, before I go, man. One more story. You know Erica Campbell, right? Erica Campbell has this book out she just put out. Just Being Pretty, I think. Not Just Pretty, I think, some shit like that. Anyway, inside her book, she was talking about her husband who cheated on her, Warren. And they handled him cheating on her very different than her sister Tina handled her husband cheating on her, because Tina happened publicly because they was on WeTV around that time. They had a reality show. And so if you don't know who Erica Campbell is, she is part of Mary Mary. Mary Mary is a gospel group, okay? And so Erica Campbell put out a book called Not Just Pretty. And she was talking about her husband cheating on her. And inside of it, she was talking about her husband cheating on her. And so when her husband was interviewed, he said when he met her, she was already wife material. She was 3 years older than him. She was already wife material. And he knew that he wasn't ready to be married. But he wanted her so bad that he made her think that, and he cheated on her over and over and over again. And he kept doing it to the point where one day he just got tired of it and told her. And she decided not to leave him because of it. Now they was young around that time, so if I'd have got married in my early 20s, I probably could have dealt with my husband cheating on me. Maybe. Let me stop. Well, no, I probably, because I used to be like docile and submissive and stuff. Yeah. For a long time, I was like that, and being docile and submissive got me beat, slapped around, cheated on, lied to, misused. I used to be so nice, and then just one day, I got rid of it. I was like, I'm nice to an extent now. I'm nice till I'm not, bitches. You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm trying to make is he knew he wasn't ready. He knew he wasn't ready to marry her, but he married her anyway and was sleeping with all of these women and cheating on her, just lying to her. Why would you want to do something that hurtful to someone you claim you love? Know who you are and accept who you are and where you stand, and go let the people that you care about find somebody that's ready for them. Or let them go, and trust me, if they care about you the way you need them to, when you ready, they will be there. Trust me, they ain't going nowhere if it's for you. People can't take from you something that's for you. When something's designed for you, or that's your blessing that God is giving you, or the universe is trying to present something to you, it can't take it from you. It's nothing nobody can do to take it from you, okay? So coming to these situations, being yourself, being 100, telling the truth, and not worrying about whether somebody rejects you or not. Because the person that rejects you is just moving out the way for the person that's going to love exactly who you are, okay? Put it like that. Anyway, I got to go. Have you seen the topic posted that why ask why marriage? What? Have you seen the topic posted that asks why don't marriages last the same way they used to in our grandparents? But yeah, I seen that. They don't last the same because our grandparents and stuff didn't have the internet. They ain't have phones. They ain't had so many different distractions from their marriage. Marriage, you usually focused on each other. If you don't get the rest of the world out your mind, Your marriage will fuck up. You know how people would be like, oh, these people broke up my relationship. Like people broke up my relationship with my son's father. You know how they did that? It's because my son's father welcomed them in. He let them in the relationship. It's okay to tell people what's happening in your relationship, but to allow what they think to affect your relationship, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. Like I can sit here and I can tell y'all all day long, like who I'm dating right now, if I was to sit down and tell y'all about he and I, your response about our situation or what you think about our situation is just what you think. I get to choose whether it applies to my relationship or not. So when our grandparents and stuff were married, wasn't nobody all up and through their business. They wasn't sitting up here telling all of their business on Facebook. They wasn't sitting here talking to a whole bunch of people in Messenger and WhatsApp and all of this stuff about all of these other things. We didn't see everybody's highlight reel. And I'm talking about everybody all over the world. It's one thing to see everybody in your neighborhood and you see their situation and you're like, oh, they live in a mansion, they got a nice house. But it's a whole nother thing to be able to look at your timeline and see hundreds of thousands of people that's having relationships that look like it's better than yours. And then you start looking at your own like, I think me and my man should do that. Or my girlfriend, her boyfriend has treated her better or bought her this ring or that car or whatever. Everybody is measuring their relationships and marriages against other people's. That's what's destroying a lot of these relationships. And people are starting to be able to get in touch with people they used to be in high school with and went to college with and met one time long ago. It's just too much access. Everybody has too much access to everybody. That's how relationships are breaking up. Grandparents didn't have that. Grandparents got married, probably moved to another state, never saw those people again. Now you move to another state, all you gotta do is click on Instagram and Twitter, and you see those same people that you live in. Listen, I live in California. I see the people that I lived in Atlanta with every day. You know how? Facebook. Okay, then. Got to go now. Holla. Bye.
This is Everyday Man 2K. It's official, y'all. It's official. Soncerae is losing her mind. She's losing her mind, y'all. I expect a complete, total meltdown somewhere after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas, as reality starts to hit her that she ain't accomplished one meaningful thing in the year 2020. In year 2019, around the same time, she was talking mad junk about all the goals she has for this year, 2020. She ain't accomplished now one of them. She ain't accomplished now one of them. She was supposed to lose weight, but she gained weight. She was supposed to leave her YouTube empire to Domo. Domo ain't nowhere to be found. And her YouTube career is over because of her fake dirt nap debacle. Soncerae is basically an overweight walking dead person, losing in life. I repeat, Soncerae is basically an overweight walking dead person losing in life. In this audio clip, she is all over the place. She has changed her YouTube channel name for the 5011th time. She out here scamming single mothers on Facebook. She is also scamming YouTube with fake views on her Raising Justice channel. She got 2.5 million views on one video, y'all. She ain't even got sense enough to know to spread the videos over multiple. Spread the views over multiple videos. She put them all on one. YouTube's like, hey man, we see you got 2.5 million views, but you ain't got no watch hours to go with it. You scamming, bro. You scamming. She even claims that her baby Justice is a financial investor with multiple portfolios, y'all. Justice is an investor. Man, this woman is losing her mind. Yo. I expect a mental breakdown from Soncerae in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, make sure you're still on full screen view. Make sure you're still on full screen view. Let's go ahead and read Soncerae's community post that she posted on Sunday. And it reads as follows. The number one reason I decided to stop posting so much on YouTube. My son's YouTube channel, Raising Justice, used to be monetized. Suddenly, earlier this year, after his first video hit over 1 million, YouTube cut off the monetization, claiming that in order to get my channel back monetized, I'd have to have 4,000 public hours watched. They claimed I only had 1996 public watch hours on that channel. The channel has approximately 34,000 public watched hours. YouTube has owed me $7,000 since then. That was about 11 months ago. I've been trying to find ways to contact them, but they refuse to give me the content creator support that they used to provide, not just on that channel, but this channel as well. When other content creators tell you they have been scammed, some of them are telling you the truth. Okay, let me tell you what's really going on here, and I will give more detail later in this video going forward. YouTube is not scamming Soncerae, okay? But what is happening is Soncerae is trying to scam YouTube, and she's projecting. Now, there was an article that came out recently about the way YouTube is changing advertisement and how they may be making money on advertisement on your channel without you making money, which is a separate issue. But what she's trying to do is ride on that article news to make it seem like, oh yeah, not only are they doing that in general, but they also scamming me in this particular situation. But that is not the case, ladies and gentlemen. She's just using that news for her own self-interest in pushing this thing that she's being scammed by YouTube. But in actuality, as you will see in a few minutes, I will show how she is trying to scam YouTube, not the other way around. This is basically a way for her to set up her upcoming holiday begging scam that she does every year. Last year was the 505 scam, where she sat in the car begging for $505, begging for $505. We all call it the 505 video. Where apparently this year she's setting up the $7,000 begging scam for the holidays. That's basically what she's doing. She's riding this news by YouTube. She's setting up a self-interest story about YouTube scamming her, and at the tune of $7,000. And she's going to use that as her base going forward to set up her begging coming up probably right after Thanksgiving going into Christmas. Last year was the 505. This year it's the 7,000. Now let me just say this in full disclosure. I normally work on cases like this with politicians, attorneys, and fellow businessmen at a high level. So dealing with the likes of a nobody like Soncerae is child's play to me. Soncerae is child's play to me. I literally connected dots to this little itty bitty scheme and created this presentation while eating a boar's head turkey sandwich and watching the game. And that's real talk, yo. That's real talk. All right, let's get into it. What you're about to see is my recent findings on this matter in terms of how Ray is trying to scam YouTube. But YouTube has peeped game and told Ray to go kick rocks. This is Everyday Man 2K, host of the channel with the same name and content creator of Everybody Loves Soncerae, located under playlist from my homepage. Well, your girl Soncerae is alive and kicking, y'all. Now, she might have one foot in the grave and another on a banana peel, but she making it do what it do. Last week, she finally came out and talked in a pre-recorded premiere about all the big-time money moves she's about to make now that she's back from the dead. It was a strange mixture of contradictions, like she's quitting YouTube, but she's still making videos and announcements on YouTube. Also, she ain't doing porn on OnlyFans, but she will show pornographic photos of herself with her titties hanging out. Now, she went on and on and on talking about nothing, trying to show off all this stuff in her left hand. But I know better when dealing with Soncerae. If she's constantly talking about stuff she's doing on the left, you need to keep your eye on what she's doing on the right. Well, for the last month, I have been doing just that. I and a couple of my subs have been peeping out Soncerae on the right and seeing the slick stuff she's trying to do on her son's Justice YouTube channel. Now, in this video, I will show you how she is artificially inflating his view count and sub count to astronomical numbers and making Justice's channel look like something that it is not. I will also compare the number of Justice's channel to the YouTubers Kevin Samuel and Minister Jap, just to give proper context and perspective on how bogus the numbers are. And I will also show the one video where all of the bogus views are going to. I will leave a replay for those who come into the premiere late after a brief intermission with some funk jazz music. I will also be in the chat to answer any questions that you may have. Okay, this is Everyday Man 2K. Let's get it. Well, all right, let's jump right into it. Before we begin, I need everyone to put their screen on full view. Okay, what you see on the screen now is the About page of the YouTube channel Raising Justice. This is the official channel of Soncerae's baby boy Justice that she created and manages. If you look at the bottom right corner, it shows that the channel currently has 2.3 million views. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? 2.1 million of the 2.3 million is coming from one video, y'all. One video. If you go to this channel and sort by most popular, you will see that the first video on the top left is a 56-second video of a newborn baby Justice saying goo goo gaga. That's right. This small clip of Justice saying goo goo gaga has 2.1 million views. The 2.1 million views of this total against the grand total of views of the 2.3 is 91%, y'all. 91%. Soncerae's dumbass done bought views and put all of them on one random ass baby video, y'all. If you look at the results of the most popular, it goes down from 2.1 million on that first video to the next one being 30,000 and the third one being 14,000, and then it goes down to single digit thousands. The videos that are in the thousands are no different than the one that is 2.1 million. Now, I know you're saying, hey, can you give us some type of perspective and context on what we're looking at? Well, yes, I can. I went to the channel of Tasha K and Lovely T to see if they had comparable videos with the same million of views. Now, both Tasha and Lovely T are big time YouTubers now, and they both are approaching 1 million subs. And they only had a few videos over 1 million. And the ones that were over 1 million were viral videos where they were talking about celebrity scandals. It was not some random short baby clips. So here's what I think happened. If you look on the screen now, I will point out that the big jump in subs and views took place on September 3rd, the day after she reached 1,000 subs. 1,000 subs is the requirement to apply for advertisement with AdSense. Now, currently, there is no advertisement on the Raising Justice channel, which leads me to believe that YouTube saw this bogus shit and told Ray to go kick rocks. But knowing Ray, she will keep at it with the application or try to flip this scam on some other stuff. For instance, if she tries to submit justice to some form of entertainment media opportunity, she will leverage these bogus multi-million views as a way to inflate his worth in the same manner that she has done all of her life. Now, let's get a further perspective on how her bogus number of subs and fake daily views compare to Kevin Samuels and Minister Jab. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sugarfoot Love. We are down here at the Soncerae OnlyFans facility. And hear me when I tell you, everything must go. Soncerae has been all over the place in prices for the last few weeks. You heard Ray ask for $5.99, $10.99, $15.99, $19.99, and the infamous $5.05. But today, it's liquidation time and everything must go. We talking about Photoshop pics with Ray's head on another body. We talking about half-ass Photoshop pics with missing arms. We talking about audio clips of her breathing hard like a fat woman. And yes, I said breathing with a V. Everything must go, people. I'm not playing. Her ugly dog got to go. That nasty attitude got to go. Her lying-ass ways got to go. And let's not forget, that funky-ass black cardigan sweater, baby, it's got to go. So come on down to Soncerae's OnlyFans facility this weekend for this once-in-a-lifetime liquidation sale. And make sure you tell them that Sugarfoot Love, the half-brother of Reverend Lonnie Love, sent you down there. I wish you peace and hair grease. And watch out now. You know, a lot of times when I'm making presentation to clients, not only do I crunch numbers, but I try to put things in context and proper perspective so that they can see the bigger picture of things. Now, this is what I'm going to do in this presentation. We're going to take that 66,000 average views per day from Raising Justice channel and put things in proper context and perspective. On your screen now is a summary of YouTube performance, and it includes the YouTubers Kevin Samuels, Baby Justice, and the Minister Jab. Let's take a look at the numbers for comparison. First of all, Kevin Samuels is in his early 50s. Baby Justice is terrible too. And Minister Jab is in his 30s. The number of subs on their main channel, Kevin Samuels has 114,000. Baby Justice, through his mama Soncerae, has a bogus number of 5.9 thousand. And Minister Jap on his main channel has 28,000 subs. But here's the thing. Baby Justice currently has 66,000 average daily views with his 5.9 thousand subs, right? Now, Kevin Samuels is trending. He's trending right now in the black sector of YouTube. And he has 114,000 subs. And even in his trending, he has less average daily views than Baby Justice, who is laughing and Putin on his videos. I want y'all to think about that now. Kevin Samuels, who is trending in black YouTube right now, has less average daily views than Baby Justice. And then when you compare Baby Justice to Minister Jap, who is a vet in this game and has 28,000 subs, Jap only has 13,000 average daily views per day in comparison to Baby Justice's 66,000. So I want y'all to look at that for like maybe 30 seconds. Just think about what you're looking at now. Think about what you're looking at. You got a 2-year-old baby who laughing and Putin on videos under Soncerae Smith, who has more average daily views than the trending Kevin Samuels and the OG Minister Jack. That's right. That's right. Baby Justice, 66,000 average daily views is more than Kevin Samuels, who is trending right now with his high value men topics. He the hottest thing going on right now in black YouTube. But he ain't got nothing on Baby Justice. And Baby Justice blowing. Jap, you gonna have to step up your game, bro. You letting a Putin 2-year-old beat you. a Putin, a laughing Putin 2-year-old got way more average daily views than you do, Jap. All right, let me close this thing out, man. Well, all right, man. If you want to know who Soncerae is secretly working with behind the scenes to be the new leader of Black Manosphere, it's by far none other than Super Justice at 66,000 views per day, man. That's right. Justice's mama, Soncerae Smith, is buying views and buying subs from the same source that STL is buying his. Apparently, they got the same plug, y'all. You know, man, it's a sad day to be a sad bitch. Man, it's a sad day. I mean, Soncerae ain't got 2 feet out the grave yet, and she right back doing the same junk she was doing before. Scamming. This is sad, man. I feel sorry for her. And I feel sorry for Justice, too. I mean, this lady is trying to hook up some type of scamming game and using her 2-year-old toddler to do so. I mean, she got Justice up here with more views than a trending Kevin Samuels and an OG Minister Jap at 66,000 views per day. And she don't know a brother like me, Ebony Man 2K out here. There's a reason I got that green check mark by my name, man. Cause I be checking niggas, man. I be checking niggas. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes this presentation. I will leave a replay for those who have come to the premiere late. And after that, we'll chop it up in the chat room. And I'll be there to answer any questions that you may have. All right, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sugarfoot Love. We are down here at the Soncerae OnlyFans facility. And hear me when I tell you, everything must go. Soncerae has been all over the place in prices for the last few weeks. You heard Ray ask for $5.99, $10.99, $15.99, $19.99, and the infamous 505. But today, it's liquidation time and everything must go. We talking about Photoshop pics with raised head on another body. We talking about half-ass Photoshop pics with missing arms. We talking about audio clips of her breathing hard like a fat woman. And yes, I said breathing with a V. Everything must go, people. I'm not playing. Her ugly dog got to go. That nasty attitude got to go. Her lying ass ways got to go. And let's not forget that funky ass black cardigan sweater. Baby, it's got to go. So come on down to Soncerae's OnlyFans facility this weekend for this once in a lifetime liquidation sale. And make sure you tell them that Sugarfoot Love, the half brother of Reverend Lonnie Love, sent you down there. I wish you peace and hair grease. And watch out now. This is Everyday Man 2K. Please put your screen on full view. Please put your screen on full view. Okay, first let me announce that I have completed my first story time, and it is set to drop Thanksgiving week. Man, I am so excited about these story times, and I think y'all gonna be surprised, yo. Yeah, y'all gonna be surprised. You're gonna be like, man, I had no idea that this brother was this funny, yo. I had no idea. Y'all gonna be like, this brother here may end up being the damn Tyler Perry of Black YouTube, yo. And that's real talk. That's real talk. You'll see. And a couple of my exes of mine has signed off on me telling some freaky stories, just as long as I don't say their real name and cover their faces. So you know it's about to be off the chains on this channel, yo. And I might have to put some of these stories as members only exclusive. I might have to put some of these stories as members only exclusive. Which leads me to my next topic of this video in channel membership. Next up, I will do a small comedy skit about the importance of joining my channel. I will do so in a spoof of when we as men have to have a sit down talk with our significant others. I use a lot of wordplay, metaphors, and double entendres in my presentation. So you will have to be at a certain level of intelligence to get the joke and the message at the same time. Now that's one thing I like about my subscribers. They are a reflection of me. My subs are fully capable of getting the joke in my content, but receiving the message in my content at the same time. Okay, let's get it. I have also added an explanation about how membership works, and I have also added a couple storytime teasers to get us ready for the encore during Thanksgiving next week. I will leave a replay for those who came in the premiere late, and I will be moderating the chat to answer any questions that you may have during our funk jazz intermission. All right, let's go. Come here. Come here, I said. We need to talk. When are you going to join this YouTube channel membership? Because I'm tired of just kissing. I got other subs out here done joined, got their green badges, toenails done, hair done. And you out here with dirty house shoes on, talking about what you gon' do. Now my patience is wearing thin because you're playing. And playing with my membership is like playing with my emotions. Now what says you? What says you? Either you gonna mildew or you gonna barbecue. and I got a taste for barbecue. Now I want you to go take a bubble bath and afterwards put on that outfit I bought for you from Nordstrom's. You're going to first sign up for membership by hitting that link in the description box or the join button on the home page next to the subscribe button. Now, if that join button is not showing up on your smartphone, I'm going to need for you to go to a regular computer and sign up, or just Cash App or PayPal the $5 for now. And hurry up now, because Soncerae and Strong Mama Chrissy say they're going to meet up with us in 2 hours, and we can't be late. Okay, put your screen on full view, please. Put your screen on full view. What you see on the screen is a result of a poll that I did in terms of how my subs will respond after asking what they're going to do with joining my membership. Okay? It seems to be split equally between 3 different reactions. The first reaction is, I'm going to give it to you right now, Ed, but let me pee first. The second reaction is, 2K, I just got my hair done, baby. Let me give it to you tomorrow. And the third reaction to joining my membership, Ed, just roll me over and take this membership. You ain't got to ask. Come here. Come here, I said. We need to talk. When are you going to join this YouTube channel membership? Because I'm tired of just kissing. I got other subs out here done joined, got their green badges, toenails done, hair done. And you out here with dirty house shoes on, talking about what you gonna do. Now my patience is wearing thin because you're playing. And playing with my membership is like playing with my emotions. Now what says you? What says you? Either you gonna mildew or you gonna barbecue. And I got a taste for barbecue. Now I want you to go take a bubble bath and afterwards put on that outfit I bought for you from Nordstrom's. You're going to first sign up for membership by hitting that link in the description box or the join button on the home page next to the subscribe button. Now, if that join button is not showing up on your smartphone, I'm going to need for you to go to a regular computer and sign up, or just Cash App or PayPal the $5 for now. And hurry up now, because Soncerae and Strong Mama Chrissy say they're going to meet up with us in 2 hours, and we can't be late. Okay, put your screen on full view, please. Put your screen on full view. What you see on the screen is a result of a poll that I did in terms of how my subs will respond after asking what they're going to do with joining my membership. Okay? It seems to be split equally between 3 different reactions. The first reaction is, I'm going to give it to you right now, Ed, but let me pee first. The second reaction is, 2K, I just got my hair done, baby. Let me give it to you tomorrow. And the third reaction to joining my membership, Ed, just roll me over and take this membership. You ain't got to ask. This is Everyday Man 2K, aka that Jolly Rancher, aka Pretty Ricky, what they call me. and aka that dude who be having the receipts. Before we begin, the membership program for my channel has been approved by YouTube and has been added with PayPal and Cash App as another option to express your support for me and this channel. I ask that you go ahead and join today and make yourself an official Day 1 member of Ebony Man 2K. There is a join button on the homepage and links in the description box and at the top of my comments section. You will get an official members only badge, and I will be adding exclusives from time to time for you to access as a members only participant. Now, the price that I set is reasonable and it's less than a 2-piece dinner from Popeyes, especially if you get the strawberry drink. So, go ahead and join, get your badge, and make them haters start crying like a baby. You know how they do. Wah, 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 wah. Why you like Ebony Man? Wah, wah, wah. We don't want you to like Ebony Man. Wah, wah, wah. And you take that badge and say, look, I rock with Ebony Man 2K the long way. Because not only is he funny to me, but that brother is thorough and he be on point with his presentations, especially with his receipts. So you either get with the program or you get to stepping and go kick a can down the street, because that would be a better use of your time than you trying to convince me to go against Ebony Man 2K. I got Ebony Man 2K's back 100%. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the main purpose of membership. It is to bear witness to the public that we are going to enjoy ourselves on this channel, and we got each other's back 100%. Okay, let's get it, y'all. This is Everyday Man 2K, aka that Jolly Rancher, aka Pretty Ricky, what they call me, and aka the King of Receipts. Bruh, bruh, bruh. It's finna be popping on this YouTube channel with these upcoming story times, yo. You ain't gonna believe what I'm about to tell you. Now, my subs have asked me to do story times by Ebony Man 2K that reflects certain aspects of my past with a specific focus on dating in Atlanta and my time spent in Rio during Carnival. Okay, fine. This venture requires a lot of attention. I have to go through hundreds of media files and create storyboards to follow suit. In addition to managing media files, I have to contact real people to sign off on being a part of some of these stories. And if I'm doing story times on dating in Atlanta, it requires that I contact old girlfriends. I repeat, if I'm doing story times on dating in Atlanta, it requires that I contact old girlfriends. Now, you would think that if I'm contacting old girlfriends about being a part of my story times, then I would need to tread lightly in preparation for major pushback. You would think that is plausible, correct? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you would be wrong. Turns out, my exes are down with being subjects in my stories that include them. Now, look on your screen. Do you see this nice, poised young lady in the pic? Oh, she's such a lovely lady, isn't she? Style and class all day. Until that bedroom closes. She is a Hellcat. Do you hear me? She is a Hellcat in the bedroom. Now, I asked if it's cool for me to share some of our stories. She gleefully said, yes, you can tell everything. I laughed and said, surely not everything. She said, yes, I'm cool with it. Just cover my face and don't say my name and let me sign out and look at it before you upload and we good. I said, okay. Then I went to another ex. I told her the same scenario about what I'm doing on YouTube. Now she come asking me, well, what did so-and-so say? What is she gonna do? And I told her. Now she wanna go full disclosure and tell all her business too, to compete with the other one for attention. Oh boy. Man, this is about to be a hot mess. Do you hear me? A hot mess. But hey, like always, if they want it, I'ma give it. The only thing I can tell you is to get you some popcorn because it's about you about to be entertained. It's about to be off the chains on this channel. Oh, and go on, join my membership and stop playing. If you can afford a two-piece from Popeyes, you can afford membership with this channel. And it takes less than a minute to join. And it seems like I'm going to have to put some of these story times as members only. If I'm to use some of these explicit stories from my bougie ex-girlfriends. As a note, I have been told that the membership join button does not show up on all smartphones. So as an alternative, you would have to find a computer and use the join button on the computer's screen. Or as an alternative, you can send your $5 via PayPal and Cash App for this month. And then we can work out something going forward for next month. I appreciate it. Thanks. This is Ebony Man 2K. We're about to go into our chat and music session. But first, if you would like to donate via Cash App, the Cash App ID is $EBMN2K. That's $EBMN2K. If you'd like to make a donation via PayPal, send it to paypal.me/EBMNTWOK. That's paypal.me/EBMNTWOK. And if you'd like to send it via Venmo, send it to @EBMN2K. That's @EBMN2K. Thanks.